In the fall of 2001, the United States was going through one of the darkest times in its history. After the chaos caused by the 9/11 attacks, the American financial system was in turmoil. But very few knew that a far bigger secret was unfolding in the shadows of that chaos. In one night, $9 billion under the control of the U.S. Federal Reserve disappeared without a trace. No documents, no signatures, no suspects, just a massive void. So where did the money go? Was it a mistake or a deliberate cover-up? Now, we'll follow the trail of this massive financial mystery together. Right after the attacks, parts of the Pentagon were destroyed and millions of documents were buried under rubble. Interestingly, many of those documents were critical records related to the Department of Defense's financial expenditures. At the same time, a $9 billion transfer, allegedly made from the Federal Reserve to the outside world, did not appear in the records. At this point, one question must be asked. How can such a large amount of money disappear without going through official systems? According to some experts, this was an accounting error. During rapid transfers between the U.S. Treasury and the Federal Reserve, a system crash may have occurred, making the money untraceable. But here's the question. In such an advanced system, is a mistake of this magnitude even possible? Financial researchers point to another issue at this point, the so-called black budget, which is not approved by Congress and is often funneled into military projects. Could the $9 billion have been moved into this black budget? Do you think that much money really disappeared by accident, or was it intentionally hidden? Just one day before 9/11, Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld announced that the Pentagon couldn't account for $2.3 trillion. Yes, you heard that right, $2.3 trillion. The announcement made headlines everywhere until the next day, when the towers were hit. In the shadow of such a huge loss, the $9 billion transfer from the Federal Reserve might seem small, but the deeper you dig, the stranger it gets. Because on the night that money disappeared, there were claims that some systems were deliberately taken offline. Could there be a connection between these two events? The Pentagon's unaccounted trillions and the mysterious loss of the Federal Reserve. They all happened at the same time. Could it really be just coincidence? Years later, some former Federal Reserve employees spoke anonymously. According to them, the $9 billion transfer was part of a money laundering operation and was used to fund covert operations in the Middle East. Some even claimed that part of the money was sent in cash to influence people ahead of the Iraq War. But none of these claims were ever backed by official documents. The sources' names were never revealed, and the documents were never made public. Everything remained as rumor. But why? Why did no one dig deeper into this incident? How far do you think government agencies might go to hide certain information from the public? Some conspiracy theorists offer a much more radical claim. The money never existed in the first place. That is, the $9 billion transfer was a fake transaction entered into the system and then made to look like it disappeared. But why? Maybe this digital money movement was used to hide another operation within the system. So maybe this wasn't just about lost money. Could it have been a distraction operation? In such a scenario, a much bigger crime may have been covered up. Do you think this was really a financial error, just the tip of a much deeper conspiracy? The $9 billion that disappeared overnight from the Federal Reserve isn't just a number. This event shows how dark a massive system can operate and what could be happening behind the scenes. What happened that night may never fully come to light, but what's left behind are unanswered questions and endless doubt. Who do you think was truly responsible for this? And why is there so much silence? Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment. Do you think this was just a loss or a secret buried in history? And for more shocking events, unsolved mysteries, and dark truths, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. In the next episode, we'll shine a light on the unknown side of the world order.